So I think I'm seeing patience in two ways, Randy, from our conversation. One, it's how we react to other people's emotional states and not letting that affect us, not match it. In human developmental psychology, there's a principle that we tend to match levels. We often see this in traffic, right? Somebody runs over, somebody passes you and cuts you off. You immediately, your first thought as a human being is, oh yeah, I'll show them, right? So patience is not getting sucked into that. But the other thing I want to offer for us to think about, which is almost harder, is being patient with work initiatives. Because sometimes things can't just be put in a microwave. Not how it works. Particularly when you're dealing with people change, for example. So I'll give you a personal example. So when I wrote my first book in 2020, The Hot Sauce Principle, How to Live and Lead in a World Where Everything's Urgent All the Time, I wrote the book and I took the draft and I sent it to my editorial board, folks that I trusted. And the feedback that I got was split 50-50. 50% of the people said, oh, Brandon, love your stories, more stories. 50% of the people said, Brandon, don't get rid of the stories, more bullet points. Just tell me what to do. I didn't know what to do with that feedback. Now, if I wasn't patient or if I had an editor pushing on me hard to make a decision, I would have probably just picked a path and thrown out the other path, and that's what I would have done. But instead, I put it in the crock pot. I let it simmer for 6 months. And what Adam Grant says in his book Originals is he says, actually, when we procrastinate or we kind of don't address something and we just kind of let it kind of kick, we're letting it kick around the back of our mind. It's actually being worked on almost on a behind the scenes kind of operating system. So I let it for 6 months. I just let it sit in the crock pot. And then one day I got it. I knew what to do. The answer was run a story, a narrative all the way through every chapter. And then at the back of every chapter, first half is the story that goes all the way through the book. And then the back of every chapter, it's going to be the points. So I was able to be true to who I was, find a solution that honored the feedback I got, but I couldn't have done that if I was rushed to an answer. A microwave wouldn't have given me the solution.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when we're working through kind of more creative challenges, strategic challenges, you don't want to rush those. You want to give yourself time to really think that through.